Well, we Americans know how to get things done, right? We know how to build bridges, build cities. We know how to send people to the moon. We have a stock market. We have systems. We've developed massive corporations. We know how to get things done. We're efficient, and we know how to make it happen in the United States of America. And you know how to get things done. You know how to make it happen. You know how to move through life, go to college, get good grades, get a great job, climb the ladder, and get things done. You know how to manage and to organize and to bring pieces together and bring people together to get things done. That's not all bad. We're known in the United States for being productive, and that's not all bad. But this Psalm 127 today, is really an important balancer. It's an important reminder. It really gives us pause to think about when we do get things done, when we accomplish in life. Really, who gets the credit, and it should call us to remember, to be reminded that really God gets all the credit, and so whether you like to get things done or whether you're laid back and easygoing, this psalm reminds us that we can trust God. He's the one who builds the house. And so it's Psalm 127. It says this: unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. And so house, that's a common idea, right? It's a place where we live. It's a place of safety. He expands it a little bit. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. And so he expands it. So houses brought together make cities, right? And so you build your house, you build your city, and you watch over it, you protect it. And he says, it's the Lord who watches over. So it's the Lord who builds the house. It's the Lord who watches over the cities. And verse 2, it says, in vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. And so he says, yeah, that's who you are. You get up early, you stay up late, you burn the candle on both ends because you're going to get things done. And really, he says, it's the Lord who gives us rest. And here's the interesting thing: when we're the ones who get things done, when we're the ones who accomplish, when we make it happen, when we see ourselves as the only ones who can be productive, and isn't that what we're all about? We burn the candle at both ends. We work, and we never rest. And the psalmist says it's the Lord who gives rest, because if He's doing the work, we can rest. We don't have to overwork. And we shouldn't underwork. It's the Lord who gives us rest. And then the psalmist turns the corner. He turns it from the idea of building and being productive and cities and houses to a family. And he reminds us again that, and especially in an agricultural system where the more kids you have, the more productive you are. He reminds us that our children are from God as well. It says this: children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from Him. Like arrows in the hands of the warrior are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put to shame when they contend with their opponents in court. And so not even your children really come from you. They come from the Lord. Yeah, sure, you do the work. Wink, wink, nod, nod, right? You You're the one who brings them to the earth through your procreation, and you make it happen that way. But really, it's the Lord who does it, right? And so they are a gift from Him. And so this psalm is good for us to remind us as Americans who like to get things done and have confidence in our own doing, and a confidence and pride in our own productivity. It is a psalm that reminds us to take a step back and to take a breath and recognize that it's the Lord who takes care of this stuff. It's not us. It's a psalm that really helps us think about our own arrogance and our own overconfidence in the things that we can do, and reminds us to put our hope in the Lord. I imagine when this psalm was read originally as an ascent psalm, I imagine families arriving in Jerusalem and gathering around, and they hadn't seen each other maybe in a year, and the men are in a circle talking about all the things that they've accomplished and what they've built and the size of their crop last year and how many kids they now have. I imagine that there was a little I'm too big for my britches kind of conversation. And then I imagine that some humble guy in the back who may not have all the accomplishments starts to quote Psalm 127, and all the guys who recognize that they're there in Jerusalem to worship the Lord pause and say, yep, you're right, it's not us, it was God. It was God. So yeah, work hard. That's not a bad thing. Move through life. Be productive. That's not a bad thing. But remember, it's from the Lord. He's the one who blesses. He's the one who we look to. He's the one who gets the credit. So, hey, I hope you have a great day. We'll talk again.